So, the League finally sent their assassins after the court.
Talia warned us this would happen, but I didn't think it'd be so public.
The League usually prefers to avoid the spotlight, but this time they wanted to send a message.
They're coming for the court, and they won't stop until they've wiped out all corruption from Gotham.
Alright, so I think I'm all set here. Been playing Gotham Knights for around about 5-6 hours, something of the sort. And I've decided that I'd like to just run around and do some free roaming side objectives and kind of stay away from the main quest a little bit. Because I realized doing this at a video a day, I could be upwards to 18, 19, 20 parts before I finish the campaign.
Still think she's a good cop?
My dad literally had a signal to ask for Batman's help. Do you think he was a bad cop?
No. Babs, I would never.
I get it, Jason. You've had...
So again, I'm going to try to keep away from campaign here and just kind of free roam. Get myself a little bit more comfortable here. Get the phone completely out of my sight, just to irritate me. Grab one more last sip of my drink.
We've tracked Talia to a parking garage downtown, sending you the location now.
Alright, yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that. So, let's see what I can do here. We have plenty of side activities. One of the things that I've been wanting to do is kind of mess with some of the criminal activity, just for the heck of it. I've also wanted to mess with all of these fast travel points, secure fast travel points. That's, you know, not giving away too much. Gonna stay away from any side objectives that have to do with the main characters, so no messing with this, I believe. This ties into Harley Quinn, so mainly just gonna be fighting crime, trying to find little secrets and gadgets, maybe locations and stuff like that, because the game does have that, materials, whatnot. But mostly I'm gonna start with this. It looks like there's only a couple of these. Yeah, not that many. And fight some crime along the way. What I'm going to try to restrict this to. I know the game has just come out, so again, don't want to really, unless you're looking for story, don't want someone to pop in and get a spoiler.
I guess you're a hero after all.
That was close. I think they just killed themselves. That works for me. It's got a very New York-like design to it. I guess in all these superhero cities kind of are supposed to be New York, right? But, Gotham or Metropolis is... Man, I forgot the name of Superman's city here. I guess they're all like a version of New York, basically. So you can just knock out some criminals along the way.
Surveillance here. Scan the drones and I'll reprogram them so you can fly to this location.
Alright, so I'm closer now. Try going up here and see if I can't find these drones.
You've almost got it. Try again, but this time hold the scan. You got the scan, I got the data. Nice.
Okay, so that's one. I believe this is one I tried earlier. Actually, I could not for the life of me figure out where the second drone was. So there's a place here. This is the one I'm thinking of. It lands at about 3 different spots. And I'm not thinking it means scan different spots. I'm thinking it means that second drone. Yeah, so I don't need this drone anymore. Hey, look at that. There it is. It's actually in one of my main campaign videos. But I was trying to stick strictly to campaigns, so I didn't want to waste too much time. I could not find this drone.
I need complete data. Take your time and do it. You got them all. Good. I've reprogrammed them to let
Sweet.
you fly in the area.
Great, so let's see what else is on the map. Because I kind of want to separate those a little bit. As far as crime, I guess there's nothing on the map. Really, it's not like, I don't know, I guess you could say, I thought it was going to have random crimes. I'm just not seeing them, and maybe at some point it does, kind of like the Spider-Man game does. Also another city that resembles a lot like New York. Can't believe the name of that city just slipped my mind like that. I'm pretty sure it's Metropolis, and There's also like a band that goes by that name. That's got me confused, but I'm sure that's it. Sure of it. Well, let's see the next one of these to do. Find this one. So I guess you just have to randomly really find crime. More so than it being called in. Yeah, I always have this New York vibe if I'm playing a game in Gotham City or if I'm playing a game in Metropolis. Which there's not really a free roam game for that city. You see it in the likes of Injustice or whatever. A few other DC games.
They can break into anywhere and no security system can keep them out. That's for sure.
Which, of course, like I mentioned earlier, Spider-Man 2, it is New York City. It's not really trying to be New York City. Let's see, this might be best to drive to. I was hoping this would get me a little bit more used to the mechanics too, because I'm taking the campaign slow, taking my time so I can play all these missions, kind of take in everything. It's not like a 100% walk through or play through or find all the stuff, secrets and stuff like that. I wonder if there's any kind of achievement for how long you can do a wheelie. It's kind of why I'm sitting here doing it this long. Just curiosity. I'm not usually a guy to hunt achievements. For the last couple of games I've played, went and got all the achievements, and I just thought I'd figure and see if there was one. Set and deal with the drone. Trying to get things situated on my desk. Every little noise on my desk pops up through the microphone, and it's annoying. Then you got the controller, which I have connected to the computer. It has about every annoying path it could possibly take to literally touch this desk. Every time I lift the controller, move the controller, I've tried to fix it twice, and now I'm just going to have to fix it. Try to fix it while I'm playing, flying around the buildings earlier, and it's just not going to work. It's going to have to be done right here. Pull it up through here. Here we go. I didn't get as comfortable as I thought originally before going into this game. Alright, a little bit more comfortable. A little bit happier now. Sorry about that. Whoops. Sorry about that. I thought I was playing Grand Theft Auto. You know what should be the universal getting on or in a vehicle at this point? Y or triangle if you're on PlayStation.
What's Maxwell gonna do tonight?
I already see both of them.
What have we here? More surveillance drones. You scan them. I'll make this place safe to fly. Nice scan. I've got the data. Yes, that's a good scan.
Okay, there's 3. I did look up to the top left and see that there was going to be 3. So, there's got to be one that lands somewhere. Or that's the one I'm missing right there.
I need you to hold that scan a little longer. Try again. Good work. I've reprogrammed the drone so you can fly back here anytime.
Well, it's not like Assassin's Creed or Spider-Man. I don't know if they were trying to make you a little bit more innovative and they just accidentally made it a little bit more irritating than just going to a spot and synchronizing. Or maybe hacking into some kind of computer for the police department, you know, instead of drones. I mean, it is the same thing, just a little bit more work you have to put in to get there. And I don't know if that work is fun, or it's just annoying. I haven't really decided on it yet. It's not annoying because it's not hard. The only time it was a problem was I went to look for that second drone, like I mentioned earlier, when I was actually playing the campaign, and I took a lot of time. Could never find it. At that time, it was right there. Maybe it was just tired eyes. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. Actually, do not know what these stand for. Maybe there's something that tells me. It's not like you can highlight over them and get the information. I just go to one of them, but I don't want to accidentally run into something I shouldn't. Let's see. This is orange. There's something to do with the main story that involves Harley Quinn. That's got an orange color like that. Then there's these with a question mark. But I would just see with the big so many that it starts some kind of side quest activity. I really don't want to mess with side quest either. I just kind of want to keep to opening all the fast travel areas on top of finding criminals to beat up. So just to see all what I have left as far as fast travel points. Not a lot, not exactly a huge map, so really just 2. So I'm gonna go over here first. I can say this does have one of those campaigns where you want to get sidetracked, but at the same time, you kind of have to, depending on what difficulty you're playing for. So I'm just kind of relaxing my way through this game on a pretty comfortable, easy difficulty, but you will come across enemies with a very, very higher level than you, so that kind of forces you to go out, play some side missions, side quests, side activities so that you can get leveled up.
There are some surveillance drones. Scan them and then you'll be able to fly here.
So 3 drones here as well.
Nice scan. I've got the data.
There's another one, and it's going to be one that lands. So I gotta be quick here. Alright, got it.
You got the scan, I got the data. Nice.
Let's see if I can find a third one out here. Get a better viewpoint. So I know I've hit that drone, and there's this drone over here. Seeing more spots where it would land. Makes me curious if one's gonna come landing over here and I can scan it. Oh, there it is.
You've almost got it. Try again, but this time hold the scan for... That's all of them. Nice work. This area is cleared for landing.
Let's see if there's some criminals in this area. exactly criminals, but criminals nonetheless, I guess. It doesn't really distinguish for you which one, you know, of the police are dirty and which are clean. Pretty much, I guess, just the ones on the street that you can beat the shit out of. I guess those are the dirty cops. I don't know. Hey, if it's XP, I'll take it. Honestly, I didn't notice if it was XP. They don't have a level or a number. So I don't think it is. I just think it's your personal preference if you would be the police up.
That can't be Batgirl, can it?
Let's see. No criminal activity. Maybe I'm just not at a point in the story right now where I can get criminal activity. Oh, look at this. Here's some. So kind of in the similar vein to, again, Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man on PS4. I think also remastered on PS5 later. There's the call-ins. There's just, it's a less frequent on this game so far that I've noticed. I hear it at the end of a lot of missions, for the most part. But when I've been out free roaming, I don't hear a lot of calls come in, and I miss this one altogether.
Officers needed near Robinson Plaza. We have reports of known criminals moving cargo.
Gotta be around here somewhere. Can't let them spot me.
We got a freak!
So this is basically a mission I've already done on this game in the exact spot, except this cryogenic container was moved
Found it.
to there from over there.
Sweet dreams. Belfry, this thing needs to get somewhere cold fast.
I've contacted Dr. Tompkins. She'll meet you at a drop site.
careful. Well, crap. Guess you managed it. I'll get this where it needs to go. You'd better get home. It's not safe out here.
I always hated this neighborhood.
Always hated this neighborhood. There's a couple of things I like. These people are constantly crapping on everything and sarcastic and shitty because I don't know. I feel that's real with the times. I feel that's everyone. There's so much complaining always going on. There's so much unhappiness and just overall shitty behavior of human beings going on in the way we talk and the way we treat people. It's just, for some of us, it's more in our heads and we're not so openly out loud about it, but everyone on here is disgruntled and they're openly loud about it. So I kind of like that. I don't know. Feel that it's authentic, I guess. You know what? Now that I'm actually getting into some of the sides of Gotham, I've talked about, Spider-Man being New York City, Metropolis feeling like New York City. This does at some places, but you know what? Some places, this kind of, especially with the roads and stuff, feels kind of almost European in some places.
Good luck, There's always handy things for the garage.
I wouldn't want something that
Oh, someone actually told me good luck. Then they got smart aleck.
You deserve something.
You need it.
Batgirl. Glad you're still around.
Glad you're still around. And nothing smart afterwards. How about that? Alright, so apparently, got something else called in here, okay. Again, I don't want to do spoilers, so I hate that I said that last mission was a rehash of an actual mission in the game. Pointed that out. It's just something that just hit me and I pointed it out, so I apologize for that. I'm also going to review this game very, very likely once I finish it, and it'll be my third review that I've ever done. So, little things like that when I come back to all the footage. Kind of pointed it out to myself and wish I would have said it, kept it in my head, or possibly even wrote it down. That was a tight squeeze.
Nice!
So you don't get a bunch of guys that jump out afterwards like on Spider-Man when you chase one of these things down? And I'm not trying to compare this game directly to Spider-Man. I'm just seeing things that remind me of other, I guess, superhero games I've played. And I haven't played that many, but that Spider-Man game, and when it came out on PS4, was like legit my favorite game for months. I spent hours on it, 100% completed it. Just But I burned myself out on it, never played the DLC. And when I say things like, well, this reminds me of Spider-Man, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It is for a lot of people because under that mindset of, well, I've already seen it before, I want to see something new. Well, I've never seen it in Gotham City, so to be able to play Gotham City and see some of the features and things I've always wanted to see in a game setting in Gotham. And one where in particular you're not playing as Batman. That's interesting in and of itself. So I don't mean it in a bad way at all. Usually when I make comparisons to another game, it's a good thing. It's hardly ever will I make a comparison to a game that I hate or hated. Especially when it's stuff I haven't seen in a while. You know, for those that's played the, Arkham Knight, maybe you haven't seen some of this stuff since then. That game was what, 2015? So maybe got burned out on it back then, but now it kind of has a chance to feel fresh again. I mean, me personally, I feel like there's been some improvements. I know I saw a lot of tweets where people were like, well, this game looks worse than Arkham Knight. This game is basically the same thing. It should have just been, it could be DLC. I'm going to wait for the price to drop. The most common things you hear. Oh, the story's bland, or the reviews wasn't good. And it kills me when I see people that see reviews on a game and they decide to play it or not play it based on reviews. Because no matter what the reviews were for this game, I got excited about it and I knew I was going to play it no matter what. And for someone like me, I actually didn't finish Arkham Knight until the day this game came out. I bought this game on Steam because I heard it's going to be available at midnight. Then Steam tells me it's not going to be available till noon. So I was like, guess I'll just play Arkham Knight and keep myself in the spirits, of this universe. So I'm one that's, now that I've just played Arkham Knight,
Surveillance here. Scan the drones and I'll reprogram.
I really I'm in a good position to compare those two with each other, these two to each other. And I can say I definitely feel some improvements. Now, a lot of people won't say that, but I do. I feel like the controls are better. I felt in Arkham Knights that things were a little bit clunky at times with the controls. A lot of the times were really clunky. And I had a hard time remembering what was what.
Nice scan.
One of the biggest things for me is like driving vehicles, right? So when your gas is R2, if you've played any racing game, your brake is L2. But in the Batmobile, that wasn't the case. You pressed L2 or whatever, the left trigger, and the tank would stop or it would stop and basically turn into a tank. The Batmobile would pull out its cannon, and I felt like it shouldn't have been that button. Instead, handbrake or brake or reverse in general was square or X, depending what controller you're playing. So I didn't play it with the keyboard. Maybe the keyboard's different, but the controls were clunky. The puzzles would hinder you. Like, you're getting through most of a mission, and suddenly you're getting hindered and stopped, taking 20-30 minutes to figure out a puzzle. I found puzzles to be more simple-minded and just dependent on who you are. I mean, you're either going to like them more complicated, more Resident Evil style complicated, or you're going to like them easier as I've found them in this game so far. Where in the world did you go? No, here you come.
Yes, that's a good scan.
Let's see if I can locate the third one. And I also like having fast travel, but I mean, that was going to be obvious. I think that it was going to have that. I mean, the inclusion of the Batmobile was fun. Again, just clunky, and maybe it was used a little bit too much. At some point, it was like you faced 10 tanks, then it went to 20, then it went to 30, 40, 50, and it just kept going up and up and up and up and up and up. And there was just a little bit too much of it. So between the puzzles
Good work.
and
I've
the
reprogrammed the
Batmobile,
drone so you can fly back here
kind of
anytime.
just seemed like it slowed down the pace of the game in getting to the story. And that's mainly what I wanted to do. I actually liked the story of that game, and I wanted to stick to it and finish it and see what happened, because I really enjoyed it. And I just kept feeling myself getting slowed down by these puzzles. And boy, when I decided to play a few side objectives and I was doing the Riddler stuff and figuring that out, that just felt so filler to me. And you know, every game's gonna have that where it's like, here's your filler, take up a little bit more time, give you more to do. But this was some of the more particular annoying stuff that I had ever encountered. So far in this game, I've stuck to the main story and not so much any filler. This is the first time I really just explored. Seems to have all the fast travel points. Now if I could just find some crimes. Maybe just go to the complete opposite side of the city and find some along the way. Private dating chat girls, 14. What do you mean the girls are 14? I'm a little too old for that. Way too old for that. Shit you get in your chat these days, right? From Haas 36 Fun. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm using OBS to stream for whatever reason, since I've got these Samsung monitors, the G7s. I have an issue with being able to turn the graphics all the way up and stream. OBS can't handle it. Now, NVIDIA's internal graphics recording, capturing, and all that, whatever, it's not as bad, but at points it can't handle it either, and it causes the video to lag. I've had a couple of my videos that I had to go back and fix the audio with the video because it would lag and they would get out of sync with one another. Or that might be this game, because that's the first time I've actually had problems with NVIDIA as far as the internal capture recording. Videos coming with lagging issues that might be some kind of performance issues with the game. taking these little parts right here and talking about crimes. Okay, this is just revealing chests. Looks like.
What's that girl doing around here?
This is a crime I've already. Looks like I've already knocked everyone out. Probably from earlier. And didn't collect everything. Oh, never mind. The trick. I don't appreciate that. Appreciate that at all. Alright, so. God, another one of those messages. Private dating chat girls. You know, it's the thing about looking over to the right. It's what I have to do. I have the two monitors, the OBS, and OBS shows chat, and I have to look all the way over to the right every now and then to check the chat, and then, you know, just see private dating chat girls 14. No, I'm good. Like, I don't even know what the 14 means. I don't know if that's supposed to be their age. Or what the 14 after the private dating chat girls thing stands for. I have no idea. Maybe there's supposed to be a link there that I'm not seeing. I don't know. I didn't notice this either up until I came back to YouTube. Originally, when I took a break, there wasn't. I've never experienced spam in my chats before. At least not that I recollect. In fact, I don't remember really it happening until I moved to my new house. And I really wish it would stop because I have no interest in dating anyone, ever. I love myself.
Gotta keep looking.
And I love my free
Maybe
time
has
way
to
too
find
much.
something here.
And I could never have a relationship and play video games the way I do. I just
Girl recognized.
wouldn't want to even do that to somebody.
User approved. Cache site uploaded to AR device.
Okay, so I know what that does now. I did not mean to do that. I just had an Arkham Knight moment there. So that was the problem with that game that I would have a lot, where I just could not remember the. There was so much I felt like on my screen I could not remember exactly what button does what, and I would just hit the wrong thing constantly. You know, you get stuck in a room and you're trying to figure out how to get out of it, and it's like, what gadget is it going to be this time? I don't know, I just kind of felt like that held me back too, not just the too much usage of the Batmobile. I felt like that kind of hindered me too. It hindered the story, get exhausted at times. Of course, I did it all at once, so maybe that was a problem, and versus where I'm playing about an hour of this game at a time per mission, taking a break. I'm having to fix again some of these videos because it lags, and then I have to reset the audio with the video, and I'm spending some time on Video Pad Editor, not as much as I should to get all of it. Sometimes I cut the video where it lags and then just put the audio back in place. So there's kind of like a muted sound. So I'm not doing as great as an edit as I should. But anyways, I'm spending about an hour at a time per mission, then I take a break. And Saturday, of course, I'd take a break, watch a football game. So 2-3 hours if it was any good, or just 30 or 40 minutes if it was blowout. Come back to the game once the video uploads. I schedule it. So I'm getting a break in between, you know, each hour. So maybe that's helping me enjoy this game more, versus where if you go to my streams, I was streaming what I had left of Arkham Knight, which was about 8 hours worth, 9 hours worth, something like that I did on YouTube. And that was constant. There's 2 videos and 1 crash. You can see at the end of it, there's a crash in there. So between that, just that crash, I loaded the game right back up and just continued on. So I played about 9 hours straight. So maybe that was kind of why I got irritated with that game. I may need to give it a second playthrough before I continue to judge, or at least continue to say that, hey, these puzzles in the Batmobile were kind of hindering me from enjoying that game. I mean, at first, the Batmobile was fine. It was just after about the 15th time using that tank, I was over it. Or Batmobile
Hey,
that
Alfred,
turns into a tank,
did
really.
Bruce ever mention anything about hiding supplies out in the city? We found one of his caches. It had some pretty useful things inside.
You know, Master Bruce was fond of having a backup plan. The supplies in those compartments often saved him a long trip back to the Batcave. I expect if you look hard enough, you'll find similar caches across Gotham.
Handy. I'll see if I can find the others then.
So, I mean, yeah, you might not be seeing nothing new in this game, and I think that is the most, out of all the reviews that I've seen, you're not seeing anything new. Well, I think you are. I mean, personally, I am. I think you have to think for yourself. You have to play it, think for yourself. But I definitely want to say, man, don't buy into those reviews. And then a lot of those reviews that the critics gave, a lot of YouTubers are now giving the reviews saying the same things, and it's just like a bandwagon. People have jumped onto what the critics have said, and you're all hearing them say the same thing. It's like they've been told you can't enjoy this game, so they go in with a mindset, and I feel like it's a manipulation. So that's the thing about me starting to do reviews with the 2 that I got out right now. It's just one man's opinion, and I think I'm going to start putting that in the title of all my reviews. Honestly, just one man's opinion, one man's thoughts, you know, something along those lines, because I don't want people to see my reviews if it's a thing that I keep on doing. Done 2 so far, like I said, but if it's a thing I keep on doing, I don't want people to feel like they have to think the way I do, and then go into a game and feel like if I didn't enjoy it, they can't enjoy it. And I feel like a lot of YouTubers and critics, it's kind of the stranglehold they have on people, because I see the comments all the time. I saw just some tweets earlier. It's like, oh, well, the game got 5 out of 10, so I'm not going to play it. I can just see from the video the combat's worse. That's strange, because, I mean, just from my point of view, and me, who just got through playing Arkham Knights for 9 hours straight, and it's not the 9 hours straight as far as this part goes, I feel like the combat on this game is pretty much the same deal, but simplified to be a little bit better. But overall, I don't think you can use the word worse, but that's just my opinion. You can use whatever word you want, but me personally, I think it's a little bit better.
Units requested near the intersection of Madison and 3rd. Officer requesting backup now.
Now, as far as dodging, I think I could see that better on Arkham Knight, like the little... like the little lightning strikes it does over people's head to let you know you got a strike coming, versus like there's this little white circle on here, and I miss that sometimes and get slapped. Our shot.
You should have blocked.
Next stop, prison.
I didn't mark enemies and I didn't defeat enemies
glad
with
I
throws.
had to help you.
It's the bonuses
I
too,
get why you're cautious.
which is a
I
great
promise.
thing, but I
We're
just
the good
missed
guys.
that up in the top left corner, man. Just like I don't know. You don't want it in the middle of your screen, you know, blocking. But I have a bad thing about me being able to remember to look for certain things, and you know, you have these crimes going on and stuff. You don't think, hey, look. You look up to the left and see if there's bonuses, because they're not main missions. Now, every time a main mission comes across, I look up there and it's like, so let's see, how do I get the bonus? But on here, running around right now, I didn't expect there to be a bonus there. But that's cool. And I've seen that a couple of times, and now, maybe that I've pointed it out, maybe I've said it out loud. Won't screw it up next time. I don't know exactly what these are. Some upside down triangles. Just head to one of them, I guess. There's one circled in purple again. Might as well go for it. One thing I can say I do not like, and I'll illustrate it here, is, well, never mind, it works there. Sometimes you go to pull just up on the analog and you don't climb. You literally have to press A, jump up there. Like, you'll do this right here, you know, zip yourself over to it, then you just can't go straight up for whatever reason. Like A is not wanting to work correctly. And that's fine. I pointed it out now. I'm able to do it just fine. Where in the world did that triangle go? Just disappear? Well, that one did for sure. Let's just add a waypoint, even though you can't directly add waypoint on these, so it's somewhere right over here.
Hope we won't have to post up here for much longer.
Yeah, I think I figured out actually what it is. You have to be... God, I didn't mean to do that.
Feels like we've been
I'll illustrate what I think I was doing wrong here in a second.
We're out of here soon. I'm driving next time.
I want to get you knocked out the quickest.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Then Mr. Shock next.
You'll regret messing with us.
Let's interrogate.
Better start talking.
Here's what I know.
Just what I wanted to hear. Shoot.
Just leave popping up out of nowhere for him. Yeah, it's that circle. You get a view on that there. That is small compared to the lightning strikes that hang above the enemy's head in Arkham Knight. That does cause me a little bit of trouble. Hello. It's nice to see a comment that's not about private dating girls. That's not spam. So, have you played the Gotham Knights yet? Or are you just kind of checking out the streams? ain't nothing else around here, I guess. Sorry if I saw your comment late. I have to turn my head all the way, like, completely to my right to see the chat. And I don't remember to check it as much as I should. Guess I could try out this time trial, whatever you want to call it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually just played, or well, finished Arkham Knights for the first time the day this game came out. I'm a little bit behind, and I have not played the other Arkham games. I've always been more of a Superman guy, but it doesn't seem like they were going to come out with a good Superman game, so I finally just gave in and decided to give Batman a try. I think it was back in July when I got Arkham Knights. Then started seeing stuff about this game, of course. Pre-ordered it. Actually, I have not watched that. I actually didn't know it was out. I've been wanting to see that, though. But I kind of live under a rock, honestly, as far as movies. I'll catch a preview of one on YouTube, but as far as release dates, I always miss those. See if I can fix something over here on my OBS real quick. There we go. I'm actually not that big of a superhero guy. I mean, Superman is my favorite, but I think really the only major other superhero game I played before Arkham Knights was the Spider-Man game. crimes. I'm guessing it's talking about this one, and I don't want to do anything that might connect to the main story, so I guess I won't bother with this unless it's talking about something along the lines of right here. I don't think it's talking about that over there. My favorite game, that is... Well, I have a hard time like favorites because I go through these moods, right? You know, kind of depends on the mood I'm in to tell you my favorite game would be. But I can tell you it's definitely, right now, if I had to pick one, Metal Gear Solid 5 is my personal favorite. Unbiasedly, I think Metal Gear Solid is the best of all the Metal Gear games, but Metal Gear Solid 5 is a personal favorite of mine. And probably my all-time favorite game. But like series-wise, I'm a big fan of Assassin's Creed, like early Assassin's Creed. This new Assassin's Creed that has been announced, I kind of have this feeling that it's going to be one of my more favorite Assassin's Creed games ever. Mortal Kombat was the first game I played ever, even though I don't like the way they're going with this mobile direction, so there's always a special place for that. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5. If I just had to pick a favorite game, I'd definitely say that's it. Actually have not heard of the first one. I've heard of the second one you mentioned, but not the first one. I will definitely look it up though.
I need some help here! Don't let me die here!
Take cover. I've got this.
I hate fighting in things. Alright, that was easy. Easier than it's been to fight them. First couple of times I've run into these things, it was a pain. Yeah, there was something I was looking for. Maybe that's what I was going to. Guess it was. I don't hear gunshots, but I guess that's got to be this. Oh yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out then. If it's anything like a GTA, Rockstar type production, because I think Red Dead Redemption 2 might be the best game in the world. Maybe not my personal favorite, but I think Red Dead Redemption 2 might be the all-time best game ever. It's just one great game. was like a 60-hour campaign. It was crazy, but it never wore me out. So I drive to the opposite side of the city and look for crimes along the way. Yeah, when I went to play Red Dead Redemption 2, it was the first Red Dead that I'd ever played, because I'm not a huge fan of Westerns. The only Western that I've ever enjoyed, and it wasn't even a video game, was a movie called Young Guns, and I saw it as a kid. But, and Tombstone, of course, but because those were just things that were playing in my household when I was a kid. As far as video games, that was my first time playing a Western, and I gave it a shot, and I'm glad I did. I am from the United States. And that's pretty neat. I get a lot of viewers from India. I guess it's the, you know, I play at 3, 4, or 5 in the morning here. I don't know what time it is there, but it is pretty neat. I get a lot of viewers from India. Search and see if I can find something, and I did. Wow, yeah, big time difference. I'm a night owl. I stay awake all night long. Actually, I go to bed about 8 a.m. in the morning usually. Anywhere from about now to about 8 a.m. usually where I go to bed, sleep all day, stay up all night. I'm hardly ever awake during the day unless it's a Saturday or a Sunday and football's on. Favorite actor? Well, I would have to say, I guess, Arnold Schwarzenegger, but more just because of how that guy has accomplished so much. Not so much as I guess him as an actor, but just in general, all the things that he accomplished, and he just would decide to do something, and he just did it. It's not like that I agree with everything as far as like his political ideas when he got into a political career and all that stuff, but I've been inspired by him multiple times. He just set his mind to something, he would do it. So I would have to say he'd be my favorite actor because of that, and obviously the Terminator movies. I grew up watching those. I probably watched Terminator 2 over 100 times when I was a kid.
Near your current location.
Back before there was DVDs, I had every VHS movie that had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, that multiple copies sometimes. Yeah, you know, I think I've heard that before. I think he's got a couple of deals where he's started up some bodybuilding in places, and it's become a major deal. I know his movie Pumping Iron has been used in a lot of different scenarios to help encourage people. Now, if I was going to pick a favorite actor just for, let's say, just acting and not all the accomplishments outside of that, I would have to say Liam Neeson.
You won't get away with this.
Lights out.
It's gonna take more than that to finish me off. It'll take. What do you think you're doing?
Oh, Robert De Niro. You know, if I'd have had more time to think about it, he would have been one of the ones I considered. The movie Casino. I don't know if you've ever seen Casino, but I love the dynamic of Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. Anything they've done together, whether it's Goodfellas, Casino, I mean, those guys, both of them, they're great. A lot of times when I tell people I'm going to pray, I tell them I'm going to pray to Joe Pesci. It's a George Carlin reference, but it's also just how much respect I have to him as an actor as well as Robert De Niro. I mean, they're just... those are two of my favorites as well. Taxi Driver is my favorite Robert De Niro movie, though. I don't know. There's something about that movie. I just don't think you could have anyone else play Travis like he did in Taxi Driver. It's just amazing.
So, do you have any plans for your time off?
We were hoping to spend a few weeks.
Actually, just recently bought a special edition from the United Kingdom of Taxi Driver and had it sent here. And watched it like 3 times in a row. Oh yeah, all those movies, like almost anything I've ever seen Robert De Niro in. I mean, anything, almost like anything he touches is just gold.
Really? I remember you saying they were a danger to Gotham.
I guess they're making an effort to make Gotham safer.
Worst.
That's for sure.
Huh? Gonna have a picnic with my cousin in the park.
I think my all-time favorite movie, though, like just favorite movie, surprisingly doesn't contain any of those actors. My all-time favorite movie is The Departed. I just think the point in time in my life where I watched that movie in general, Casino is probably number 2, honestly, but my all-time favorite, definitely The Departed.
That can't be Batgirl. Hey, who's there? Guess I'm imagining things now.
Actually, The Departed has the same director as Casino and Taxi Driver.
Don't get killed, Batgirl. We need you.
Can't be good if you're here.
Well, I've met Nurgle of Behemoth, but I guess depending on who you are, you might consider him a celebrity or not. I mean, he is the lead singer of a band. I feel like in Poland, definitely they would say celebrity, but here where I'm from in America, a lot of people don't listen to metal. At least not in the area in America I listen to. Very religious, so a band like Behemoth would be found as something they would want to picket and riot over because they're a satanic band. And I'm not, personally, but I love Behemoth, and I met him on the streets one day. Just got kind of lucky and took a picture with him, so. But celebrities as far as actors and stuff like that, Hollywood, big time, no, nothing like that. Oh yeah, Jack Nicholson is like a definitely. Oh man, between him and Matt Damon is like the reason that movie is number 1 for me. And them two and Mark Wahlberg in that movie. Just everyone in that movie does a great job. Martin Sheen. I mean, it's just a star-packed movie. Why would you point the sentry gun at the wall? Oh yeah, definitely listen to AC/DC. Grew up on that. Me and my father used to go to McDonald's every single day listening to AC/DC on cassette. On the cassette deck that was, or player that was in the vehicle. I didn't have a lot of good times with my father, but that is one of the most memorable, and to this day I still listen to AC/DC. I just listen to a variety of stuff in rock in general, like classic rock especially, you know, Def Leppard being another band. Then I listen to the heavier stuff too, like Iron Maiden. There's a lot of stuff I listen to from that just time in general between the 70s and the 80s. From Black Sabbath to, I mean, Slayer, just Metallica, all that. And in fact, I just picked up a Slayer album today. I'm gonna fast travel. I'm unlocked all these fast travel points and I don't use any of them. Oh, that's awesome. I've never been one for posters, but that's mostly just because I've never really come across a store around here that carries them. Every now and then, like, I collect vinyl records. I still listen to everything on vinyl. I don't just collect them. I said collect, but I really listen to them. I have 2 record players. I have one here with me in my office and then one in the living room, so I always listen to my music on records. And sometimes they'll come with posters, but for the most part, I don't have any posters. I just bought a house recently, and it's got... the main bedroom has a black wall, so it'd be perfect to have all these metal and classic rock posters, right? And I just have never really found a place that sells posters. Close to me, anyway. Were you ever into like the more of the 80s style hair metal stuff? You know, like Rat, Dawkins, stuff like that. Motley Crue, I guess you could say. When I was a kid, there was a lot of 80s hair metal that played in the house, so I just kind of asked because of that. I really don't listen to it that much today.
What's going on?
So I guess there's just this one guy standing here. You go in here. That was interesting. Oh wait, there's another one. All the way over here. Try to think of a unique way to take this guy out. I don't think I've used these powers.
What?
Batgirl? What on earth could be
Oh yeah,
happening?
that's awesome. I have a couple of Queen albums. Just basically their greatest hits, so I could kind of get everything they've done in one. I want it all, is one of my all-time favorite songs in general, but it's definitely my favorite Queen song. It's like my favorite road trip song by Queen, or just in general. I Want It All. It's just a great song to crank, and especially if you have like a sports car, just roll the windows down, crank that song when the weather's nice, and drive. I like to go on random trips sometimes, just see the world. Here lately, I have not. I've been closed up in my office playing video games. Really trying to make this YouTube thing work. And I mean, I used to have viewers, and I have over 1,000 subscribers, and at one point I was about to monetize my channel, but I was playing a lot of Mortal Kombat Mobile, and it's just, you know, it's a cash grab, so I stopped playing it. When I did, my channel's been dead since, so I'm trying to bring it back. I just bought this microphone, and I've only been back at constantly playing games for maybe about a month now. Originally, it took me 2 years before my channel had a video that got noticed, and it turned into a deal for a little while. So hopefully I won't have to work at it for 2 years again. My favorite Mortal Kombat character is Shinnok, but two that are close to that is Quan Chi and Havoc. Used to be Scorpion when I was a kid, but now, I mean, it's just... he's like the face of the franchise, so he's kind of like the John Cena of Mortal Kombat. You like him and respect, you know, his character and whatnot, but over time I just kind of became more of a fan of the villains, which originally Scorpion was a villain, but I just like Shinnok. I don't know. There's something about when I'm in just a bad mood and there's a lot going on, I like playing as Shinnok. I love just playing as such an evil, twisted villain and beat up all the good guys. I guess it's my counter to the superhero, Superman being my favorite superhero, so you gotta have your favorite villain. And Shinnok is just my favorite video game villain of all time. Quan Chi actually took the throne for a while. He was my favorite Mortal Kombat character, but one day, for whatever reason it was, I played as Shinnok on Mortal Kombat 10, and I remember I went to check my stats, and I realized I've never lost with Shinnok. I had like 300-something matches I'd never lost with him. So that 300-something turned into like 2,000-something matches where I finally lost with him. But in between that time, I just got to... it was the first time I could play a Mortal Kombat game on very hard. Because Mortal Kombat is something I've always had to play on really easy. I do that with most games in general, but I remember I got so good with Shinnok that I could beat the game on very hard, and I was so proud of that. So that, I guess he kind of just took Quan Chi's throne as my favorite after that. And Havoc is a favorite of mine from Mortal Kombat Deception. I love Mortal Kombat Deception. It's probably my favorite Mortal Kombat game. Well, it is my favorite Mortal Kombat game. And its conquest mode is one of my most liked things about the entire series. And that's the first time, I think, first game Havoc's in. Yeah, that's the first game Havoc's in, and only game I think Havoc's in outside of the Armageddon game where they threw in all the characters. But Havoc is somebody I wish they would bring back because he's a personal favorite of mine. Some of the lines that he has, that he says, of course, in Deception, I think are just perfect. I think where he talks about chaos breaking order on multiple occasions. It just fits me so well because I'm the type of person that just, I don't know, something about having order. Like a clean house and everything is perfect and in place. Kind of like sometimes, you know, people are real OCD, so their house is really clean and in order. But me, I'm chaos. Everything about me is just chaos. I never have anything in place. My place is always a mess. And if it was clean, I think I would have a nervous breakdown and have to start just throwing random clothes around and just random junk around so it would be messy again. You know, so I'm a person of chaos. I've been told that by family members a lot. They just tell me you're chaos. They see my place and it's like, man, you live in chaos. So I almost feel some kind of relation to Havoc as far as, you know, not wanting order and wanting chaos.
Help me!
At least I'm more comfortable in it. Okay, I used to work a job where you repo people's cars that, you know, can't pay their bills. And for some unfortunate reason, they couldn't pay their bills. And of course, I don't do this anymore, but you go and take their car that they can't pay for or whatever. And, you know, a lot of that is violent. People come out mad, people come out with guns, and they're not happy you're coming to take their car away. So, you know, that is chaos. That is a chaotic job to have, and I had that, and I would thrive off that for a long time. I don't know, it was kind of something I really enjoyed. It seems like something you would be nervous about, having guns pulled on you and being in these high pressure situations, because I have a tendency to have panic attacks, but whatever about that job, I don't know, just something about the chaos. I seem to thrive off of it. But of course I've gotten out of that now because I don't like taking from people, so I don't do it anymore. It kind of wore on me. That would reach from up here. Well, why not give it a try? Okay, yeah. Nope.
Appreciate it.
You said it.
Give it up, Batgirl.
Good to chat with you too. Take care of yourself, man. will do. It stays over here in my chat until I exit out of the chat, so I'll make sure to take a screenshot. Remember, because my memory is bad, but if I take a screenshot, I should be able to remember.
Forget the GCPD.
Really appreciate you stopping by and talking with me, though. Fast travel here again. Here we go. Something going on through here.
Well, what? One of my students warned me on my back. I don't have time for this. Oh! Get back here, punk! Come on, let's go.
Gotcha. Alright, get off. Oh, you're not. Let me go back to base. As I really expected it to be more criminal activity. Or instead of it being 0-0 so much, like you go here, obviously there's criminal activity, but the question mark, one on the left, I would have thought there would have been more just random acts of crime, but it might be where I'm at in the story, maybe? It's holding that back, I'm not sure. Or it just might be something they have to patch or update to have more criminal activity going on at all times. I mean, we are talking about Gotham. So I'm gonna go back here. Yeah, 3 crimes stopped is all that happened. You know, outside of the bonus objectives, cops rescued, citizens rescued, and all the fast traveling points that I know of as of right now.
Back so soon, Miss Gordon?
Oh, so I revealed more crimes.
So Montoya had to call for our help at the
Premeditated.
orchard. Still think she's a good cop?
My dad literally had a signal to ask for Batman's help. Do you think he was a bad cop?
No. Babs, I would never.
I get it, Jason. You've had run-ins. But we need allies in the GCPD, whether we like it or not. And that's Renee.
I don't trust her.
I know. So trust me.
Oh man, I didn't know this was going to do a cutscene. I shouldn't have grabbed it.
Does the statue of my dad look like him?
No. Finally. Somebody else around here who's angry. Bruce is dead. The Court of Owls is real. The League of Shadows is running around Gotham. And you're all trying to pretend everything's normal.
This isn't just about the League. Or the court. I can't remember Dad's face. Every time I think of him, he just looks like that stupid statue. And I have a photographic memory. Where I used to. How can I be Batgirl? Solve crime, fight bad guys. If I can't trust my own brain.
You stay angry. And you aim that anger square at every wrong in the world. At least that's what I do. But then...
Thanks, Jason.
no problem. Batgirl.
Yeah, when I hit examine, I thought, just typical, you examine something, pulls up notes on the right side of the screen. I wasn't expecting a cutscene. It was nice, but it's also spoiler all over it. It doesn't necessarily... Well, yeah, it kind of mentioned the...
You think there's something in the water here?
What's running around.
What do you mean?
You know, there's yet another evil group of rich people in masks who want to run this city.
Just to be safe.
Now they're talking about it in casual conversation.
I was kidding about the water. It's just an
But I wanted to come here
Put the idea in
to
my head. Now I have to be certain.
see if there's any changes as far as... See, so the power goes down, but it's a pretty neat looking suit. Put it in the inventory. Whip. Probably get back to that one at some point, but that's for now. original color. I don't think it was. It's got a darker color. I think it was this one. Yeah. So if you want to go back to the original color it gives you, which I am, with this setup. I'm not gonna spend too much time. I want to get out of here before there's any more cutscenes ruining the story, what's going on in the story, or any more conversations. See if I can capitalize on some of these crimes that apparently I found out about. So I guess that's how you find out about more crimes. Interrogate people, find out about more. Of course, does introduce you into that one. Oh, it still says 00. Organ trafficking. Again, it's probably talking about these. See if there's 4 of these on the map. Yep. Sure is, so I'll tell you what, let's start with the freaks and the officers under attack. Fast travel here. Probably, as I mentioned though, I usually go to bed about 8 a.m. so probably just gonna do these 4 and be done for this stream. It really was nice to have a chat, though. I think it was my first stream I've ever really had anything serious, other than the spam, you know, because originally I had that spam come through, where I've had a serious conversation, so that was really nice. Alright, let's fly off. I'm starting to like this skin the more and more I see it. Something going on down here. Even though I'm wanting to go here. I can't help myself.
That would be great.
Come on, spill.
This is awkward, but I'm feeling giving. Here's what I got.
Thanks.
Okay, maybe you vigilantes are all right sometimes.
I get why you're cautious, but I promise, we're the good guys.
Is that really bad, girl?
So its answer is to what? Drive off here? Okay. Go for it.
Units needed your seatbelt seat on Oxala. Officer requesting backup now.
What? Can't handle it. Ah, hell. Eyes on Vector. Chew on this.
down.
This should be fun.
I am ready to play!
Good
Just burned your own friend.
Last free stick.
Don't tell the other cops about this, okay?
Just remember that we're on the same side.
Let's see where to next. Good thing I got all the fast travel spots unlocked. So, investigate crime scene. Faction, League of Shadows. Well, I guess that cutscene didn't really ruin too much. I mean, if you know even so much as just a little bit about the plot, and if you free roam, you're going to see the factions in this game, so I guess I didn't ruin what I've probably already ruined by just doing free roam. Again, the reason I'm trying so hard not to do any spoilers or anything like that is the game has just come out, so I don't want to reveal too much of what's going on, which I know a lot of people have already probably sunk 12, 15 hours into this thing, possibly beat it. Especially anyone who got an early copy for review has, you know, already beaten it. And I feel like that factors into a lot of these reviews too, because you think about people that get early copies, they have a certain amount of time to beat it in, and then they gotta edit their videos, cut them, take notes. And I kind of feel like when you gotta rush through something and get a review out, that it can kind of, I don't know, a game has to be exceptional. It can't be just good. I feel like at that point it has to be exceptional. Or it's just gonna feel tiresome by the time you're done. College football championship ring. How about that?
definitely in the right direction.
Right, so these are pretty quick. Legal shipment of goods. Could go after that first before. That's the last thing I want to do. I've been down that route once. Criminal in hiding. You know, let's go for it. I can drive right over to that. Well, maybe not drive right over to you, but
there's a unique energy signature nearby. You may want to look into it.
Bring it on.
thought I might get lucky and catch this one before it started going, but it didn't happen. Oh. Wait a minute, somebody did come out this time. Last time they didn't come out.
Oh yeah!
You know, for the last month I've been doing the Atlantis workout. What on earth is that? Oh,
I hear music that's probably going to get me copyrighted in the background. So, need to get out of here. I didn't think there would be. There's been, so far, 2 times I've heard music. It's like, man, that's going to get a copyright strike. In-game music and soundtrack, you wouldn't think so much, but nonetheless. It's not a big deal right now since I'm not really monetized, but if later on down the road I do, I'm gonna have to come back to this video and mute that part.
Officers needed near the new Tricorner yards. Known criminals have been spotted in the area.
Defeat enemies with perfect attacks. Defeat all enemies. What you call a perfect attack? Would stealth be a perfect attack?
Who's up to No problem.
Missed out on what perfect attacks were somewhere down the line.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Did a little bit. More of these are starting to pop out too, these secret cache. Reach the secret cache. Bruce hidden in risk, just around the city. Blah blah blah, yep, so. Since there's a couple of these close to this last crime I'm going to do, I might check them out. See if we can get the catch first. Do the crime last. No, that's not where I wanted to go.
Batgirl recognized. Authentication failed. Please try again.
I guess I didn't hit those fast enough. Yeah, earlier I was talking about struggle running up the wall. If you're looking anyway, but I figured out what I was doing. When I would connect to something, if I was like, well, I just don't know what has been going on in some of these places. I'm able to get up the wall regardless. I mean, I had to pull the analog to the right a little bit, but I don't know, maybe it was something that was fixed in a patch from day one. Usually, I would sling across like this, and then I couldn't go up. Now I can. I don't know. Or maybe I was trying to press A to jump up over things, and that wasn't working. Or so it says A. It's X on my controller because of PS5 controller.
Batgirl identified.
Well, I'm gonna fail this one too. Might as well just go back.
I'll take that.
Validation unsuccessful. Return to the first emitter.
Now our These are going to start turning into a
Batgirl
pain.
acknowledged.
Where in the world is the next one?
Verification failed. Please repeat the sequence.
Okay. I got about 2 more times I'd try this before I don't mess with it anymore. It'll be one of those, you know, some of the things you hate to do is you have to look stuff up on YouTube, but somebody figures it out and you just follow is so much easier than sitting here getting frustrated with trying to figure it out.
Batgirl identified.
Okay, I see it now. It's not that. Just this. Well, I know now. It's just such... You know, when you try to rush...
Return to the first emitter.
And it was just the same in Arkham Knight. When you try to rush that right there, you just aim it somewhere and... boom. Grab on. I mean, that is one of the most clunkiest... See, there I couldn't get her to... a little struggle to get her to jump up. And to pull the analog a certain way, you just could keep pressing up since I had the camera turned. They say I feel it's a little bit smoother, but I just experienced my first bit of irritation and clunkiness, but that's when I realized where that other one that I've been missing was, as the train passes by this morning to be extremely loud and interrupt me. That's been one thing about living next to the train, is it comes through every YouTube stream I do.
Batgirl recognized.
So when you're trying to be fast, don't say something like this. You know, it's irritating to not be able to get there. You're trying to be quick.
Identity
Of course,
verified. Location of cache added
I
to
didn't
AR
have to be
device.
quick. I don't know, stuff like that makes you feel like you have to rush, but they gave you a proper enough time to not worry about trying to aim this real quick, and like I just aimed it out there in front of me, yet I went straight up in the air. So there should have been something over there, whether it's those... Well, maybe not because the steam's coming out right there, but it could have been there. And where you did put the center of the screen, you would think, oh, okay, she'll go there. Nope. It kind of latches on and aims at things that you're not looking at. So it's like it's probably latched on to something behind me, yeah. So if I press it, that's where I'm gonna go. How close I had to get to that before I could just pull towards it. But it would have shot, you know, me probably all the way back up at the top of that building. I've noticed that a few times. That can be a little bit irritating. It's not a... It doesn't ruin the game or anything like that, but it can be irritating. It was in the Arkham games too, so... Alright, let's give this one a try and see if I have a little bit better luck. Let's see if I can actually get my way through town like this. Maybe this is something I gotta get used to.
Batgirl identified.
Yeah, it moved around on me. But I may still be okay.
Identity confirmed.
Oh yeah, plenty of
Cache
time.
location sent to AR device.
Let's go do this crime, and then I'm gonna go back, base, and wrap this stream up. I do believe I've been going for a little over 2 hours now.
Units needed by Port Madison. We have reports of stolen goods being moved.
I can't let them see me.
Oh, just did.
Better luck next time.
I don't like you.
Gotta get this somewhere cold. Belfry.
Dr. Tompkins will meet you. I'll send the coordinates.
You're not giving me the coordinates at all. Not telling me like where to go, nothing. I don't feel like this is telling me where to go to deliver the organs. I feel like it's telling me where to go for the next crime that's doing the organs. I completely messed that up by getting caught. Did not mean to do that. Guessing it did not give that one back to me either. Ew. Well, I guess I'll go do one more of these so I can wrap up with something successful. That was my bad. I just didn't think about that going in. You start getting tired and games can start getting irritating quick. And you can forget the simple things. Yeah, that was kind of comes back to what I was talking about earlier. So if you get an early copy of the game and you're trying to get a review out really quick, what happens? You know, do you spend, how many hours are you spending on it at a time so you can get that review out? And like me, forget about things and then they irritate you. So in response, you pretty much say, well, this hampered me, this slowed me down, this seemed like it was unnecessary in the game. Maybe it was just an error for spending the last 18 hours of the, you know, of your 48 hours of your life trying to rush through a video game, you know. I've often wondered about that. Because I know people get, you know, the early copies and stuff reviewed.
Batgirl acknowledged.
That's what it's gonna be.
Authentication failed. Please try again.
And they're starting to get harder. Like a... There we go again. Like, why would you not aim right there to begin with? Maybe I'm starting to get tired and irritable. I don't know. I feel like it.
Don't mind if I do.
Some kind of sprint button I'm missing. Yeah, you can sprint. Look at that. I've played this whole game without. That is the first time I've tried sprinting. Just wasn't in Arkham Knight, so I just considered that as huge. Wow. What a dumbass. Could have been sprinting this whole time, fool.
Batgirl identified.
Now, if you could just put this right where I want to go. Yeah, there we go. Come on.
User approved.
Boom.
Cache site uploaded to AR device.
Alright. Good note to end it on, figuring out that I could sprint after putting about 7 hours in this fucking game. Now I figured I could sprint. That's embarrassing, but it happened. Alright. So, again, return to base, hope for no cutscene, and I'm gonna call it there. Again, I just wanted to do some free roam, really, to level up, because I've noticed, and this is, like I said, one of those games where you have missions and your enemies are level 12 and you're still sitting at level 8 as far as your armor and your suit and all that stuff, so, and just your overall level. So I wanted to do some side objectives, but mostly none that had any cutscenes and had anything to do with story, and just mainly criminal activity, and then of course these fast travel locations, but that's pretty much knocked out. I mean, I could continue to do these, but what, is there just one left of those? Well, now I see there's one left. I feel like I should go knock it out real quick before I go back. I mean, why leave one hanging, right? And just fly right over to it. I mean, I'm sure more are gonna pop up. Watch me do this one, then 7 of them pop up. Alright. But I'll do one more. Especially if, you know, sprint ain't figured out. Now you watch me struggle. All over the place on this one. And I should have just left it alone. Someone yelling.
Batgirl recognized. Identity verified. Location of cache added to AR device.
That one was actually very, very easy. Didn't even, probably wouldn't have needed sprint on that one either. So is that crime still going on that I heard? Looks like it. They're right there, right? I'm here. Might as well. So I can figure out how to get over there. Oh, this is definitely not how you get over there. kind of just forgot about all buttons there. Jeez.
You had to do things the hard way. Tell me what you know.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Much obliged.
Is it Detective Toya? Get your reward. Man, I really don't want to. Can't give away anything, so I'm just gonna leave it there. I've been saying, I keep saying I'm gonna leave it there. I'm definitely gonna leave it here this time. With that said, thanks for those of you that stopped by. I am slowly working on the campaign of this game. I think I have part 2 out. I've done up to 5 parts and I already have them scheduled. So once a day around 7 p.m. Central, they are going live. They do not have commentary over them like this does, so if you enjoy playthroughs or whatever without commentary, definitely check those out. And then I'm going to do a second playthrough once I've done the first and I kind of know what about I'm doing as far as the buttons and everything like that. I'll start up a new game, go over a new one with commentary, so be sure to look for that because I'll probably be busy on the channel with this game at least until mid-November, I would say, unless I just get burned out on it before then. The only other thing that I have planned is a Wolfenstein 2009 playthrough with the Pumpkinhead cheat code. And most of you probably don't even know what that is. But that's for Halloween. Other than that, it is going to be Gotham Knight. So if you want to see more Gotham Knight videos, be sure to keep checking out the channel. Subscribe if you want. You know, I'm never one to say, hey, subscribe so you can see more videos. You just do what you want. You can always just search Boneyards and come back later. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next Gotham Knight stream, hopefully soon.